thin as it is already. Nobody needs nuclear fallout. It's not going to be good for the North. It's not going to be good for the South. It's not going to be good for the Asian Pacific. And hopefully something with this gravitone in the speech would just maybe make some people think, i.e. North Korea and their regime, to think about really the implications of this, of how bad it would really be for all people concerned. Forget about just them. And that he realizes this, and that this would be the last option. But sometimes there is no room to talk. And if he doesn't come to the table, and especially ends up launching these ICBM missiles, which, remember what an ICBM is. This is not a Scud missile. This has got a lot of countries on edge. It's an intercontinental ballistic missile. This could be calculated. It could go anywhere in the United States. Experts say they were a year away. Now, some people at the Pentagon saying they're a whole lot closer to reaching us than you think. And they've been touting the idea of launching an ICBM missile, or better yet, with an electromagnetic pulse over North America. And they can do it. The technology's been around for a while. We've had technology like this for a long, long time, and our enemies know about this technology as well. And an interesting factoid, did you know that the Russians are already equipped on their aircraft? They have the technology already installed on the aircraft that if there was a pulse that would set over Russia, wherever they might be, even from the sun, their planes are actually protected. I haven't looked into Russia's power grid, but at least their military is protected. Ours is not. Ours is not. Now, there might be some planes, but largely speaking, from what I understand, are not. Air Force One is protected from a pulse. And all the Air Force One planes, 1, 2, where Pence flies, they have several of these planes. One's out of service, but Air Force One protected from an EMP. So the Russians, but most of their planes have already been protected. We should learn something from the Russians. Protect all our planes, protect all our infrastructure. We should be way ahead of this. What's really, really sad, where I totally get along with Donald Trump on this, is about our infrastructure. You ever go outside of our country? You ever look outside of our country if you haven't gone and seen the beautiful infrastructure and brand new airports in India and Asia, just around the world, even in parts of France, newer, brand new, more efficient, safer, cleaner. All of these things, we could do such a better job over here. That city on a hill that Ronald Reagan was talking about, we need to bring her out. We need to get her back. We need to be starting to take a lot more pride. We can learn from other countries. But we're not the only place on the planet, by the way. You can look at a globe and look around. But in Japan, where my brother lives, you don't throw a cigarette butt on the ground. Oh, no. You can go to jail for that. Pretty significant fine. You don't throw trash out the window or out your car. You don't do it. The subways are squeaky clean. There's no graffiti. There's no throwing stuff on the tracks. It is clean. It is beautiful. Wouldn't it be nice to have clean parks, clean cities? If your town's clean and nobody throws trash out, you're lucky. But unfortunately, I live in Tampa, and you see people throwing trash out all the time. We're not talking apple cores. I mean, I always hate, I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you, but somebody flicks a cigarette out their window, and of course the ashes and everything ends up plucking your windshield when they throw it out their window. If you're one of those smokers, don't do it, because they're going to go flying into another car, and it's very offensive, especially if you have a nice car. If you don't have a nice car, then don't be offended. But the reason I bring up the cigarette butts is that offended my brother because he was over here with his wife not too long ago. And he saw somebody do that pretty close to her, and he really wanted to clean his clock. Let's just say that. He wasn't very happy because it's not in the culture over there. They use ashtrays if they're going to smoke, but they never pluck it down on the floor, never dare do that. Think about the next time you want to throw some trash out. You can't do it in a public park because you can be fined thousands and thousands of dollars. But I've seen parents do it, and you're not surprised that the kids do it. You want to keep America clean, right? That the ad council brings those messages about not being a litter bug. I think they still have the litter PSAs. Just a good idea. Keep America clean. They used to have those big ads back in the 80s. I think in the 90s, too. But there's just a lot too much trash out and about. Don't be throwing trash out, you hear? Keith Allen, thanks for joining us for this hour. This clears hour number 1 for many of our stations across the country that join us each and every day. Appreciate it. Our website is found on the World Wide Web at forthepeopleshow.com or on social media at Facebook at For the People Show, Twitter, #TalkToKeithAllen. If you have not picked up our brand new coffee mug, please do. It supports For the People, or you can just simply make a donation to help support our program. ForThePeoplesShow.com. Keith Allen saying all the best. May God bless.